Good sound, like you weren't following all your rules or like I call that a purple train. And so after like I started really journaling. I mean I've always journaled my trades, but the top from the beginning, I wouldn't think to only journal every email or whatever, or that one that was it, I wouldn't do it. Because I find account I wouldn't track my progress. But props I got as much as it was really easy to account enough about it. So once I started tracking all of my results and I started marking my purple trade, a trade that's an unnecessary loss. When it comes to my system, what if my rule was no more than three trades and it was one trade and I lost, that's an unnecessary loss. Yeah. But anytime I broke a rule in that trade, I marked it a purple trade. And then I realized after once that my strategy wasn't a stock it was actually just me not taking my strategy. But and so I labeled out purple trades. Actually, I'll go to this one here. And and so you can see right here, no purple trades. I have some links here, blue trades. They go out, they get out, and no. And so here's my last couple of things. So it's actually pretty fun and like start tracking this, how so many more. But that was on 7:30. And so I know like not me, but when I have a movie vehicles, like it's not necessarily like so I don't have to be hurt in my ego or like the flash make up with my show my rules, know what's going on right now. Like different like the last 2 weeks actually I called the board of and I just had 3 in a row. And that's very rare for me to have to like I have a higher protection. Yeah. So, I can just trade on knowing but all I do is like, okay. And what I did was I took the little things out of my folder. So I check it like with the log, okay, and then I take it out of my folder and I saw that my total was about 40 once I had it. So I don't need to make my stats very easy. So without these perfect things, it's like clean stats, and I knew, oh, like my guys not to just do that. So, yeah. I'm going to respond to that to be able to ask me. Yeah, I've never journaled. I'm fine, but like, hang on, I'm like, I'm not confident that I can talk. It's not that, but that's very good. It's like, I make myself do that. Like, and I also have it right here. Yeah, I appreciate that. I have it here too, like anyway, where I can see like each one of these trades. I also have it marked in the same way. I tag some of them stats, like study later. Did it go to my full TP or not? Yes or no? All sorts of things. I trade negative R and R most of the time on my live, especially. So I like to check, did it go to my full target though? Because then I know it's like, okay, maybe I should be holding full targets after gathering more data. I know my minimum targets though are currently plus TP trades. So I've locked in my plus EV setup. And like already in August, so we can see that look, I've had my average amount of users I have in an entire month. I've had in 2 weeks here. So tough start to August, but a good boost, 3 losing days, 4 losing days in May. April was also rough. I ended up pretty much net even though in April minus $100, not bad. But this is starting off with some losers here, but there's still like nothing for me to really change, you know. And my strategy, it's not me, I took my setups, I didn't break my rules. And if it does continue like that, then I can make a little adjustments, be a little more picky, or maybe for the summer doldrums or something like that. So and I appreciate your mindset here. It's awesome to hear. So we have giveaways to do chat, and I know you guys are stoked on it. We have 5 any size Apex account, and then I'm gonna be giving away 500 Ks. So what should I like? Let's see if we can hit 1,500 likes, guys. That's 120 likes away. Let's see if we can hit 1,500 likes, and we're gonna run 5 Apex accounts, and then Clay's gonna come on at 7, and we're gonna run 5 100K accounts from Top One Futures. So hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button.
There's also a comment that I read from the way he sounds like he comes from a rich family. And that couldn't be further from the truth. I come from a council estate in South London. We literally, well, my dad's like a delivery driver, and my mum works on a local bus. That's it. That was the income for the house. So, no, we don't come from a rich household. I think we can just about pay rent. That's about it. That's where I come from. We were just about paying rent like that. So yeah, no, I don't come from very bad. For the way I sound, a lot of people speak with a lot of slang where I'm from inside London, but I just find it very stupid to speak with slang. Or I speak English. So I'm gonna learn how to speak English, and I speak English. That's it. I don't really think. I try to pronounce my words properly. That's it.
Self-made man. Self-made man. Definitely inspiring because it shows what can be done. Either way, though, trading is hard, guys. And you can be successful trading no matter how much money. You know, the joke I always make is like, what's the best way to have $1 million of crypto? I always say this with crypto, but in trading, and it's to start with, or what, not the best, but the easiest way. The easiest way to have $1 million in your trading account is to start with 2 million. But it's never easy to be profitable in the long run, right? You're probably trading well, having money might not help you at all. So but it's cool though to see the self-made journey because I make fun.
I don't 100 likes. I can't see the like count.
Yeah, let's see. We're at 1426 guys. Oh, 75 more likes. And we'll do 5 Apex any size again. We have Ash in the house. We have Mr. Ash. Party trick trader. I do have my party trick on too.
It's a nice shirt.
So I'm curious to hear a little bit about your trading. What has led to these gains? What did you find in those 6 years of struggling? And what did you land on that works for you?
So
You want to bring up a chart?
yeah, let me bring up the chart. Yeah.
I'm excited for the lesson. I'm gonna have to pull up the speed.
So
Ash is holding off his likes. He wants to see 2 party shirts. Okay.
okay. I am showing my screen, I believe.
Oh, there we go.
So for one, let's start with when I started out trading for those first 6 years. I've traded every strategy, trend lines, Bollinger Bands, Ikenashi candles,
Nice.
golden ratio fibs, breakout strategy, head and shoulder, and anything that you can search on YouTube, just how to trade forex. I've traded all of them, and it never worked for me. I've traded with different indicators, EMAs, RSIs, MACDs, all that. And what I found was when I got rid of all of that crap and just simplified and just followed the trend, that worked significantly better. Another habit that I had was trying to catch the tops and bottoms. That was an issue. Trying to get like the biggest reversal on the daily, like all of that stuff. That and like as gold is like pumping, I'm trying to sell, trying to catch the top. It's like that's what I was doing, and that was a huge mistake. So when I flipped it to just following the trend, that improved everything. So in this scenario here, this is on Nasdaq. This is a trade I took this morning, and that passed me my top steps and my E8 markets. I got my 2.5K profit target here, and my lucid as well. All of that. Took this trade on all of them. So basically, in this scenario here, what we can see is Nasdaq was pushing down in Asia session, and we failed to sweep that low, which I still feel like we will sweep eventually. But I'm just looking at relevant structure, and I saw okay, well, structure starting to now push up. And then what I noticed was, let's see, I'm just going a 1 minute time frame. Clearly, we're making lower lows and lower highs. And right here, we have this internal high that we started breaking. So we had a market structure shift. And along the way, price was retracing nicely. So there was no premium or discount zones in these areas that weren't tapped into. So everything was kind of tapped into. And then finally over here, we had that impulsive move up that finally broke structure to the upside. And we also broke above this high right here. So now this is telling me that, okay, well, clearly the market is starting to move up. We're breaking structure to the upside. We failed to hold this high. Now we've broken past this high. Now I need to look for a reason to buy. So I mark out my inefficiency. So in this scenario here, when I go to the 3 minute time frame, I saw we had a 3 minute inefficiency. So I call fair value gaps inefficiencies.
Me too. I say the same thing.
Oh, amazing. That's
Yeah.
good.
That's how I learned. The first time I learned it was from Rips, but I also look at single prints. So I'll look at single prints on the TPO chart.
Okay.
And then which lines up with the inefficiencies.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, yeah.
Because TPO single print is pretty much like a 30-minute inefficiency. A lot of times is how it maps out.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, inefficiency, fair value gap, whatever. Basically, it's just an area of price where pricing is inefficient. Price just comes back to it, I think. So, 3 minute inefficiency after breaking structure to the upside. And then also, if you mark out your fibs, so from the structural low to the structural high, that make that move. In this scenario, I didn't buy at discount, but wait, where's the other thing? Yeah, from here. We just about came into discount. Right there, we tapped into discount, so we can see up here retrace into. But I didn't enter there. I just entered there. Sorry if that's a bit confusing, but clearly structure is now pushing bullish, and we had this high over here, and just above this high, this is another reason why I took buys. We had this 15-minute inefficiency. So I thought, okay, well, we have this 15-minute. If price wants to go down further, we'll probably come up to this 15-minute inefficiency. And lower time frame structure is telling me we're starting to now break structures to the upside. We're creating bullish inefficiencies quite impulsively. So we retraced into that. I took my buy, stop loss below the candle low that created the inefficiency, targeting the next high. And on futures, this is all I need. Whilst on CFDs, I tend to hold trades for longer, but I was glad I got out just at this high. And yeah, came right back down afterwards. But that's pretty much it. I'm just following structure on the lower time frames or on the higher time frames. And once price comes into the higher time frame areas, I simply wait for market structure to shift on the lower time frames, and I just follow market structure and inefficiencies. That's pretty much it. I just follow wherever the trend is going, and that's it.
I love it, man. So those entries, when you get that pullback into your inefficiency, are you waiting? What are you waiting there to enter? Sorry if I missed it, but are you waiting for a candle close back out of it, or are you just entering discretionarily, or what?
So in this scenario here, I used the 1 minute time frame right here.
So you drop down from the 3 minute to the 1 minute?
I use either or, whichever one looks clean to me. So in this scenario here, I actually didn't enter here, I actually entered higher up. So as we just wicked above this high, this 1 minute candle right here closed. We created a big 1 minute inefficiency, and I placed my limit right at the inefficiency start and stop loss below the candle that created the inefficiency pretty much. And that was it. And I was just targeting the high.
Will you manage your trade at that point, or is it win and loss? Win or loss?
It's win or loss. I don't really like that much.
So that one you got a little quote unquote lucky there. It just ticked your TP in reverse.
Yeah.
Quite the sniper TP.
That's another reason why I've now started to just have my TPs set at previous highs and lows, because I've just noticed so many times we take that and then we might start retracing, and I don't want to be in that phase. So the moment we take out the high, I'm out, and that's pretty much it.
Did you set it like right to the tick at the high, or do you like front run it a little bit?
Oh, the exact high. Yeah, exact high. So in a nutshell, it's simply following market structure, and typically, let me just draw something. Many times we've seen something like this, where we break structure to the upside and price goes down. So I'll mark up my high and my low, and then I'll notice that we have, let's say, a fair value gap of inefficiency up here, and we might have one down here. So what I've noticed is a lot of people, as price is moving down, we retrace. So we're breaking structure to the downside. Okay, we're bearish, fine. We retrace. Oh, look, fair value gap, let's pick status. That's what people do. But I've noticed that if we wait for price to retrace into a premium, which is a retracement of more than 50%, premium and discount, that's where I want my inefficiencies to be, and that's where I enter. And then I follow the overall structure wherever, if we make the lower lows and lower highs, whatever, that's all I'm doing. I'm just following market structure. I kind of want price to come into premium and discounted areas. Because I thought of it this way: why would someone sell when it's cheap? They want it to come into a premium price and then they're happy to sell. And same way, you don't want to buy something if it's a premium price. You want it to come down lower, at least 50% retracement, because then now it's a discounted price to buy that asset. That's kind of the way I go about it.
Yep, Zarb uses the discount premium a lot to simplify things like that. And so are you drawing your zones, like your ranges, just looking at the price action and structure, or do you use a certain time frame? Like, are you looking at a higher time frame chart when you do the premium or discount, or are you just keeping it on that same 3 minute?
It's okay. That's a really good question. I've struggled to previously answer this, but I've started to kind of really focus on what I'm doing in the process. And I basically, it depends on the trade that I'm taking in that moment. So if I'm looking to just take this small trade, actually, I'll show you another example. How to explain, but basically, if I'm looking for a short trade and I'm noticing that, okay, well, this high is right here, we're probably going to take that first. Then I will just take the lower time frame for premium and discount.
Okay.
But if the higher time frame, if I'm looking to take a trade all the way up to here, I'm not going to be taking lower time frame premium and discount. I'd rather 15-minute make its whole swing high and then come down into the 15-minute discounted area, and then I get confirmation, then I take buys. So it's like as price is moving up on the lower time frames, I'm just deciding, okay, well, where is it likely to go on the lower time frames before the higher time frame retracement comes in, if that makes sense.
Totally. Yeah, totally. And to kind of sum it up, you're kind of saying like stick to the time frame that you're on.
Yeah, pretty much kind. Yeah. This is a perfect example right here. Premium and discount. This is a trade that was taken on Wednesday. So I noticed this. Just looking at market structure, right here we can see we were pushing up high and low, higher high, higher low, higher high. But here's the best part. You can see we moved up. Here's the low. There we go. Swing low right there. We start moving up, and then we retrace, and then price moves up higher, breaking the high. So a lot of people buying are thinking, oh, we've broken this high now. Let's take this fair value gap because now the structure's bullish, and this is our nearest one. But what I tend to do is, you can see when price doesn't retrace 50% and it moves up higher, it tends to then finally retrace into 50% discount and then move up. So in this perfect example right here, we can see when price makes a swing low, swing high, retraces, but it doesn't retrace 50%, it moves up higher, it tends to take out that low and actually come into discount. So that's how price moves. It needs to come into discount to make the impulsive moves to move further up. Because again, institutions don't want to buy when price is high. They want price to at least come into a discounted area. So that's kind of the logic behind it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally makes sense. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I love it. And such a good explanation, and can see that you really have put a lot of thought into it all, of course, and that you're speaking from experience as well as knowledge. What it sounds like to me. Good, awesome.
That's pretty much it. Just following the trend and waiting for premium discount inefficiencies, and that's pretty much it.
How many trades about do you get a day?
One or two, like really good ones. But if I get one good win in the morning, then I'm pretty much done. Because I probably would have copied across all my accounts. That's it. All my profits are just get done.
So you're not as much like compounding using your daily gains. That's one thing when you have these big payouts. I kind of like to. I assume sometimes that like using that drawdown that you built up in the day to then be able to compound on it. Like if you're up $1,000, then you have an extra $1,000 of drawdown.
I see what you mean. But
especially with an end of day account with a prop firm. So then, like, say you had a $2,000 drawdown in a 50K, and say you risked all of it to make 50%, to make 0.5 R. And so you're up $1,000. Now you have $3,000 of drawdown. So I've seen some people who took these like $1 million payouts. Pretty much, then you use that drawdown and try to run up an account pretty big, like especially like the first day or two or something like that. But so you're mostly doing one and done. If you win, you lock it up.
Yeah,
I love that. That is one game changer for a lot of people because at that point you can't give it back.
Yeah,
You're green.
Definitely. When I'm trying to build big payouts, that's where I tend to hold trades for much longer. So I wouldn't typically take a small trade like this unless it's with a really big contract size.
And that would just be when you have a good target and you have the right setup.
exactly, when there's the
Then
right,
you can kind of push it.
exactly.
And if you did have a bigger target, would you move your stop loss to break even at some point?
Yes, yeah, definitely. So in this scenario, um, let's say, okay, let's go on.
And before you explain this one, let me check on the likes real quick. Chat, we are 40 likes away from our goal, and we're gonna give away 5 of any size Apex accounts, and then after that, we're gonna give away 5 top one futures 100K accounts. So let's get these likes up. We're 40 likes away. 40 likes away. All right. So here's this is one where you held for a bigger TP.
Well, this is today where if I was to try and hold for like a proper big payout, this is what I would do. If let's say in this scenario right here, I took an entry because 15-minute, we have this 15-minute inefficiency right here, and I see this big wick in Asia open, I'm probably thinking Asia high is probably going to get spent, right? That's my first target. So that's what I would be targeting right here. If I had taken a buy at this 15-minute inefficiency right there, stop loss below, can below that break efficiency, and targeting probably Asia highs. But in this scenario, then it starts changing depending on the setup. Then I was like, well, Asia high is right there. Well, what's next to it? Oh, we have a previous daily high. Actually, on my there now. Because if we're sweeping Asia highs, and I don't see anything here that price would reject it like down, I might hold it even longer because the previous daily high. So now a setup that was only a 1 to 2 now becomes a 1 to 4, or maybe a 1 to 7. It really depends on the setup and where I see price may be likely to go, depending on how it's moving to that target. When it gets to that target, what does it do? Is there anything it could reject on? That's all I'm looking at along the way, and then I'll decide if let me hold this longer, and then that's where my big guess is. So yeah, you're playing kind of different.
Did it take you a while to be able to just hold win or loss like that?
Sorry, what did you say?
To be able to hold those trades, win or loss, did that take some building up to be able to handle that mentally without being drained?
Yeah, definitely. It's not a nice feeling if this was to now come all the way back and like that.
After you're up like 3R or 2.5R, and then so at what point do you move to break even?
So for me, break even is in my structure. Let's say, okay, so basically, let me draw it out because it's similar to the if price is coming down, making lower lows, lower highs, cool. Then finally we have a market structure shift, and now I'm entering. And we have our inefficiency, and I've entered now because we've got this pattern in our higher time frame inefficiency. So let's assume market structure overall is bullish and it's having its daily retracement. The daily is making the bottom wick, and we're tapping into our 15 or 30-minute inefficiency. And now on the lower time frame, we've now got this, market structure shift. Then my TP, sorry, my entry would be the inefficiency. As price is now moving up, if we are creating solid market structure, like retracing down more than 50%, then pushing up, then retrace, and then continuing up, like whatever. If there are no inefficiencies next to my entry, and there is no discounted area or inefficiency around my entry point, and now broke to the upside, then I make it break even. So if I see that there is no reason for price to come back down, there's nothing to tap next to my area, then I kind of make a break even. But if there is, let's say we only retraced this much, and let's say we only retraced this much and started moving up higher. But I noticed, oh, but there's an inefficiency sitting just around my entry, and we never retraced 50%. Then I'm kind of scared. Like, okay, well, we might actually later come back down to tap that, and then maybe go up. And that might just look at my entry somehow. So the wick might just go a bit further down. So then in that scenario, I don't make a break even. But if we have a healthy retracement into my area and then we start looking up, then I make a break.
Oh, it's kind of like not intuitive. I don't know what the word is. It's like because I mean, if you had structure to protect it,
Yep.
then I would think it's good. But in this situation, you're thinking about it testing that structure and maybe causing that wick.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but to me, it's not, it's kind of anti-intuitive a little bit. So I think the way you think about it. So let me try to make sure I have that right. So when you have the structure, you have that new fair value gap down there, but it's created structure. You're thinking that that can attract the price down, in which case you'd rather give it your full stop. If you don't have that structure, then it's essentially like your original idea is still in play and intact. So at that point, it shouldn't come back down.
Exactly.
In which case you can just go ahead and, because if it does come back down, then it's not looking good. You're expecting it to test the structure that you're already playing off of, which would be your stop loss. In which case you might as well move your stop loss to break even.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I like that. Guys, I think we're about to hit this giveaway here. Hold on, give me one, if you don't mind, give me 1 minute. Yeah, we hit 1,500 likes. Let's go. We're gonna run a giveaway here. Give me 1 second.
Go for it. Sound cool. Can you speak? What's up?
No, he does. He only signs.
Explain why it may be like the lower heights. Where?
No, I don't run a giveaway. Let's run these giveaways, chat.
Yeah, correct.
So guys, 1,500 likes. I mean, here's the problem though. Now I'm always gonna want 1,500 likes. Like, what am I supposed to do after this, guys? So yeah, I have new expectations. We have 1,000 viewers, 1,500 likes. Guys, we're popping off here. So make sure to like and subscribe, everyone. Super appreciate the love, guys. Like I said before, we are nothing without you here. We are all one community. You're all one family here. And Prop Firm Match is really here to bring the community together. And they have shown that with the Prop Firm Expo, having multiple CEOs from different firms on the stream today, all in one, bringing together different trader names in the space like Zamco here, we get to meet for the first time. We have Fabio on earlier. We have Yosef. We have Ash G coming on weekly. We have James Bruce, and just really bringing the community together and working together as a team here, guys. We're all a team. Make sure to join the Discord. In the Discord, you can meet some trader buddies and hang out with us. You can always tag the host in there too, but also we're going to run the giveaway in there. So join the Discord. When you join the Discord, verify that you're human first, and then scroll down to the giveaway portal, and that's where we're going to drop this code here, because guys, we hit 1,500 likes, 1,000 viewers. So please hit that like and subscribe, guys. We're on our way to 100K subscribers, and we are going to throw down again for 100K, and you know that is for real. So we have tons of giveaways today, guys. We're going to do 5 any size Apex accounts, and then I'm going to end my session after that with 500K top 1 futures accounts. And then we just have so many more going all day long here, guys. So stay tuned for sure. We have a huge show ahead. We got Matt Leach, we got Brett Simba, we got Clay Hodges all coming on, and many more names. Zamco here right now. So it's an honor to be on here with you as well. And yeah, guys, let's run it. So we're gonna drop this giveaway in the giveaway channel here. So everyone join the Discord, discord.com/invite/prop for match, verify, and then scroll on down, guys. Let's get this giveaway going. Boom.
Nice.
So we got more balloons, guys. I can pop one. Let's drop it. What should the code be?
Z-flow. That's the strategy that's my strategy. I call it Z-flow.
Z-flow?
Because all you're doing is following the flow of the market. You're just following the trend, following the flow, following the premium discount, following the liquidity, following the flow. So I call it Zamco's flow model, Z-flow.
Big shout out to our sponsors too, guys. Tradeify and Lucid Trading. Shout out to them and shout out Copper Match. Of course, use code MATCH at checkout to get the best deal. And while we're here, guys, let's throw some links in the chat. To follow Zamco. What's your best place for people to find you?
Zamco Capital on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, same thing.
Okay. If you could spam his links, Joe, that'd be awesome. Also, throw my link in there too, guys. Give us subscribes, and you can find us on all the social media. So we'll drop all our links. Appreciate it, guys. Subscribe there, and we're gonna get this giveaway going. Let's see. Create code. What should the code be?
Just do Z-flow. I like that.
Okay, when you say Z, you mean like Z.
Z.
Okay, and
American.
yeah, American, yeah. I actually, from being on stream during the European session, the London session, every once in a while I'll say like not 0.1 instead of saying 0.1.
Yeah.
And I swear it just has come out naturally a few times just when talking to my European friends here. Okay, so we'll go with it, guys. We're gonna go Z-flow. Z-flow. I'm gonna give you guys 1 minute to enter. So you're just gonna have 1 minute to enter. And I think we're just ready to go. So I'm gonna drop this here in the chat. So thank you all for being here, guys. And yeah, let's run this thing, guys. Drop it in 3, 2, 1. It's live in the giveaway portal in the Discord. Link is pinned to the chat here. So if you didn't type it in, there's a link pinned in the comments. It'll be right up here. I'm gonna enter too. Well, no, I'm not gonna enter because we're about to break the giveaway thing with how many people we have here. Dude, what an inspiring story though to hear that took you 6 years. I have some friends that are trying to learn recently and family, and I'm telling them like a lot of people want to be in a rush. Like, how do you tell someone who really like? There's a lot of people who want to trade and they want it though to take like 2 months. Are they just not gonna make it? Like, when you tell someone who's like that, they're like, I need a payout now. I had a friend who was trading for like 6 months, and he's like, he actually wasn't even really blowing that many accounts or anything. Like, he was actually trading pretty good. But he's like, I need a payout or I'm gonna quit.
What? Oh my God.
Are they just not gonna make it?
Yeah, I absolutely. I was asked on a podcast once, what's the advice you would give to someone if they're starting out trading? And my advice is don't trade. Because if you're going to quit that easily, then it's not meant for you.
Yeah, and then it shouldn't matter. If you say don't trade and they trade, then it shows that they want to do it.
Exactly.
Yep, I'm starting to lean more and more that way.
Yeah, it can be a bit harsh. It feels wrong to not encourage someone, but they don't. You're kind of saving them from the pain because they probably won't be able to stand that pain anyway. So it's like, let me save you from the pain and just stop right there. And if that's enough to stop you, then yes, you definitely weren't meant for it anyway. So
that's a tough one, right?
It's really tough, yeah.
It's like I wouldn't wish some of the things I've gone through on anyone, but at the same time, that's what it took me to do it.
Exactly.
So when I first started trading, I didn't even tell people I traded or anything. Like, I didn't think about it as like my identity. I just got really into Bitcoin. So I was like, and it was kind of embarrassing to tell people you're into Bitcoin at the time. And then it happened the opposite way. It was embarrassing because then after 2020, everyone was trading after COVID.
Mm.
So it was like the opposite where if you told somebody to trade it, it was like, oh, everyone trades. So you're probably not even a real trader.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But before that, they would just think you're ultra rich. If you trade, I mean, you're an ultra millionaire. And after 2020, it was like, well, you're probably a gambler.
Yeah.
And so like okay, you can't win. I'm just not gonna tell anyone I trade. I don't want to be that guy. But now it's so different about it. You know, we have prop firms and a lot of resources to learn from. So like if someone wants to learn how to trade, they can find an OG mentor out there and start their journey. Like as long as you're learning as you go, then I think eventually, you know, you're gonna keep improving and improving. Always learning here. I'm just copying these entries, guys. This is maybe 1 second. 6 years until getting a consistency, dude. That's amazing. I mean, also it sucks, dude. That must have been a hard 6 years.
Yeah, it's not easy. I feel like it's gotten harder now that I'm consistently profitable.
Why? Because you expect it?
Sorry?
You expect it?
Yeah, exactly. I've set a new standard for myself. So when I catch myself doing things that I really should not be doing, that self-hatred is something else. So yes, that new expectation now that's set really difficult to keep.
I went through that when I started London session because I was taking like almost weekly payouts from October to February, and then I started trading London with the PFM stream. And before that, I was trading Asia and New York only, and I literally blew I had 40 funded accounts. I blew, and then I bought a full set of like a 5-pack, and then I blew it. I bought a 5-pack, I blew it. I bought a 5-pack, I blew it. All when I started doing London, so I pretty much blew 4 sets of accounts. And I was just feeling like I'm like, man, okay, I was taking like weekly payouts and now I'm not getting any. And I just blew all my accounts. Like there's something tragically wrong. And it just, you know, I had to just wake up one day and snap out of it and be positive. Be like, no, you got this. You've been trading for 9 years. Like you've been through ups and downs. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars trading. There's no reason I can't do it again. And that's how I always felt after the stock. And I just had to pick myself out. You know, I had like imposter syndrome big time. And one day I just woke up and I was like, no, I got to be positive. First, you know, to myself, having a good attitude up and built it back. You know, it took me a few months. That built back up towards payouts. Now I've been taking payouts again. All right, we have Clay in the house too. We're gonna bring him in, and then we'll run this giveaway. I might bring you here. What's up, Clay?
Morning. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good morning.
Armand, it's nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too, likewise. How you doing?
Yeah, doing good, man. Just it's been raining here for like a week straight. I'm in Brazil, South Brazil, and dude, it's yeah. I would you think Brazil, sunshine, Rio, dude, it's full right here. So, but we're good. Luna, still in Gainesville?
Yes, bro. I leave tomorrow. So I've actually had a pretty stressful week. I'm not gonna lie. Getting ready to leave my house for a while. So I'm gonna be in Costa Rica for some months.
Well, Costa Rica's a good place to decompress then, right?
Yeah.
See,
So welcome, Clay.
what's up,
You're,
chat?
you're a great example of what I've been talking about. That makes it so easy and makes me so happy to celebrate Prop Format today, because having people like you on Zamco, bringing the space together, we have multiple prop firm CEOs coming on today, and it just really is cool to see the community all working together. So thank you for being here and happy anniversary to Prop Firm Match.
Yeah, I was of course pumped whenever they asked me. So you know I love coming on, and we had such a good stream last week, man. So we were planning on doing it anyways, and this popped up. So
all right. Do you want me to hide your face when we give away these other prop accounts?
I don't care. No. We're good, man. I'm not like that.
I'm like, I'm sitting I'm about to give away 5 Apex accounts. And I was like, oh, I just brought Clay on while I do that. But we do have 500Ks lined up to give away during the next hour. Top 1 futures.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And so I'm going to give away these accounts real quick. I saw you in the room though. I had to bring you up, and that's what it's all about. We're here to work together, guys, bringing the space together. So let's run these Apex accounts, and I'm just going to go for it here. We got the names up. We have 5 any size accounts here. So let's just run it. I believe all these accounts do have activation feeds if I know Apex right. So these are any size though. So that's cool. Let's run this, guys. Big shout out to everyone. Big shout out Prop for Match, our sponsors, Lucid Trading and Tradeify, and everyone here joining us on stream. Thank you for being here, chat. Let's run this. This is for 5 accounts. I'm just gonna go bang, 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 bang. Here we go. Number 1. Let's do it. Have you traded on Top 1 futures yet, Samco?
Yeah, I've had like 20K in payouts. I got moved to live and then unfortunately I breached it and now I can only buy back.
Let's let's connect on a chat later, man.
Yeah.
Because we just updated our live program. So
Oh really? Okay.
yeah.
I really like the live though.
Yeah. So we made some depth improvements, I feel like. So yeah, let's connect later, man. I'll maybe shoot you a message on Instagram.
Yeah, sure, sounds good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and Luna, you used to trade Apex a bunch, right? Do you still trade them?
Right now I don't have any Apex accounts, but originally those were like the most payouts I had in the beginning. I was trading Apex and Top Step. My first payout I think was Top Step, but then my first like many payouts were Apex. But right now, excuse me, I actually just happen to not have any Apex accounts right now. I have a lot of accounts though, so I'm like very systematic about how I add accounts. So right now, I'm stacking other firms first at the moment. Like actually, I just started stacking Top 1 futures. I'm doing the instant fundits. So until I have a full set of those, I'm going to finish then stacking Lucid, and then Apex is somewhere on that list.
Right.
Sure. All right, I'm going to run it, guys. So number 1, Manny. Hey, congratulations. The first account goes to you, any size Apex, and I'm just going to keep it going here. So back to back here, we got 4 more to go.
Yeah, I mean, we got so many accounts to give away, dude. It's not much time for chit chat.
Yeah.
Y Horn.
Nice.
Yeah,
Congrats.
Yeah, that's not my I like to rant a lot, so it's not my time management is not my forte, but I've been getting better at it being a host.
You too, man. That's why we're so good on streaming together.
I'll just start talking. I'm like, oh, the stream just passed by. Okay.
Dude, this is cool. We got 1,000 people on here, it looks like, for the pre-market London stream. That's awesome.
Dude, it's lit. It's lit, chat. So Y-Hor, this one is for you. Let's keep it running. Congratulations. Let's keep it running. Like I said, we got 100K accounts coming up next. These though right now are for any size Apex account. Manas, let's go. Congratulations.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry, it's a little quiet.
Yeah. Oh, but let's do this last spin. I mean, let's do one more spin.
Turn down the music a little bit. Get in there, Jennifer. Jennifer.
There, Jennifer. Yeah, there you go.
Congratulations. Okay, I think we got one more. I hope I counted right.
Yeah, for one more.
Okay. So here we go, guys. For any size Apex. I meant to do this before. You got to be very honest. Speaking of time management.
I don't care. I think I'm not like that. I don't like beef with other people or whatever. I think Daryl is going on Words of Wisdom's podcast or something here soon. I look forward to watching it. So yeah.
Good vibes. Good vibes. I appreciate that attitude. So guys, this one goes to Waylex Hack X. Whale Hack. So congratulations, guys, on any size Apex account. And we got our 5 winners tagged in the Discord. So you will be PFM will reach out to you. Oh, I almost just put this in the wrong chat. Hold on. Live stream giveaway chat. Oh, shoot. Oh man, I gotta do this again. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Joe, can you send me these winners it won't let me copy and paste it now. The way I already added them in the wrong channel. I'm so sorry, Joe.
Don't be so hard on yourself, dude.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and tag them in the wrong chat here so I have the history. So I can always go back and do it there too. All right, so we're gonna move on from this. Congratulations, guys. So next up we have 100K accounts.
For UF?
Yeah.
We're just running them now?
Let's wait. Let's get these likes up. Yeah, because we got you up here for the whole hour.
Yeah. I was glad because they said it was gonna be 30 minutes, but I was like, oh man, I don't know if we can do this in 30 minutes.
Yeah, the top one is really nice. It was really simple to pass, really nice rules, and then the live program was really good. If I just didn't blow it, it would have been nice. But yeah,
Well, man, I mean, that's part of the game, dude. You know, live trading compared to prop trading, as everybody knows, they're like, just two different animals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, appreciate the kind words, man. So, and you're in the UK, obviously, or okay,
yeah,
nice.
okay. But yeah, when I literally, there were lots of futures prop firms I was trading, and then I kept seeing top one. And I'm like, right, you know what, let's flip it. Let me try this. And then I thought, I saw you had a really nice thing where you don't pay. Like, it's a really cheap account, like $39 until the activation fee. So it's like, all right, I got a lot of attempts here. And if I fail, no problem. It's really cheap. So I really like that way of going about it. I don't mind paying the activation fee afterwards. But if I can just have constant attempts until I pass, honestly, that's amazing. I really, I really like what you did there.
Yeah, thanks. The access account, and those are actually buy one get one free now. Not to do like a pinch or anything. But, yeah. So I came up with that too because like the thing is no activation fees are super popular. I get it, but dude, if you've only been trading for 4 months, 6 months, or something like that, most traders end up resetting their account where they get to fund it like 4 to 6 times if they get to fund it, right? So, and they'll reset no activation account or something like the activation fee on the access $35. So, whereas the activation is more expensive on the back end, but it's not to say you should just full send the account or whatever, but like if you're serious about getting dialed in on a strategy or just getting to your first payout, I think you gotta get past that Rubicon, you know what I'm saying? Of like taking a payout as a new trader to build a belief system, So that's kind of what we did it. So we have the lead daily, which is no activation and daily payouts, and then the activation fee. So it's very similar to the Apex style account, except no intraday drawdown, So like I said, there's things I like about Apex for sure,
Well, thank you for creating top one. Honestly, it's really nice. I like that. I like the access model a lot. It's one of my favorites. But I do have to shoot off now, so thank you for having me. And it was really nice meeting you, Clay. I look forward to connecting with you on Instagram.
Likewise. Yeah, give me about an hour. I'll shoot you a message.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you for having me, Luna, as well. It was nice meeting you too for the first time.
Pleasure to meet you too. Yeah, I look forward to hopefully. I want to try to put in request to see if we can get you booked again for a London sesh one day. Hearing that you're in London.
Yeah. No, I would like to.
That'd be awesome.
Amazing. Well, take care, everyone, and I will see you guys later.
All right, man.
Thank you. Bye.
And then there were two.
There were two. Guys, Dolby is
great
damn
guest.
cool.
He'll be a great guest for, I'm sure it's hard to get London guests a lot of times. So.
It's very hard to get London guests, and I think he's been a guest on Zach's stream, maybe.
Oh, nice.
So I think he has been a guest before, and I think he's actually he's been one of the regular guests, but I think he has been. I might be mixing it up. But he's also a very well-known figure, I guess. I hadn't learned anything about his trading yet until this session, and now I'm definitely like, I need to look into this guy more. He seems a really cool journey of like taking 6 years to get profitable and being very open about that, of it taking a very long time, and then him finding a high level of success after that 6 years.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of a very accurate story arc. You know what I mean? So, but the payoffs, the returns are exponential in trading. That's the way it works.
Yeah, and like what you're talking about with those cheaper accounts, like I agree so much that like when someone's new, like you gotta save money and get the cheaper prop accounts to have those options like you have with Top One Futures. To have those options for cheaper accounts to get started, I think is the way to go. And trading them slow. Trading them super slow, saving your money to learn how to trade. It's like if you can start to trade for 35 bucks or something like that, then that's crazy.
Yeah,
I forget what's the cost on those ones.
39. And then
39,
the
yeah.
reset is $35.
Okay, yeah,
So,
there we go. And
Great.
it's not about paying the activation fee or anything like that. It's about getting in an account with live data, and trading. So I
Yeah.
really agree with that. And then once someone's experienced, then it makes sense. Like to me, I want to, if I wanted to do that, I want to just make sure I'm getting it for a decent deal at the end of the day and pass them quick.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, pay the fee, pass them quick, make sure it's at least similar to an active to straight to fund it. That's what I found is like if I trade like somewhat aggressively, then it's actually I pay kind of a similar amount with the activation fee as I do with the straight to fund it. So I can trade those if I want to get the rules that I like with the account. I can just pass them quick and then get my funded accounts that way. But for a new trader, you can do the opposite and just save money and trade the cheap account. So I love that.
But the thing is about that though, dude, how do you have the discipline? I think a lot of people don't. So hey, I'm gonna just pass this eval super quick. What
Yeah.
about how do you put the brakes on when it's like, okay, so now let me get this payout super quick, right? They're taking that same dynamic over to opponent stage. And it's hard to stop.
That is a good question, and what people will probably run into when they first try to do that, especially if they're not quite prepared for it. And for me, it means just really following my exact same rules. So, like for example, if I'm gonna call it flipping accounts for lack of better words. If I want to try to flip up some evals and pass them quick, I take my exact same strategy and I only size based on the account. So I play the prop rules. Okay, I need to make X amount. Like say I need to make $3,000 and I have a 50% consistency rule just to make it easy. Well, I'll probably try to pass them. Well, say yeah, if there's a 50% consistency rule, then I'll try to target my exact target for that day. 1,500, and I'll risk what I need to do that with my strategy. So nothing changes except for the sizing. Essentially, is what I'm saying, and maybe gaining a little bit, like how much I'm looking to get. Like maybe I normally go negative R, but I go 1 to 1 R, risk 1,500 to make 1,500, and then if I lose that first trade and I still have $500 of drawdown, then I'll risk 500 to make that 1,500 and make it back. So I just use the rules, but my exact same strategy. So I know that every trade I do it the same way. If I blow the account, I move on to the next account. But it took me a while to get there. Before I would just sit there and blow them and lose control and try to make it back and not change my strategy.
Yeah. So do you essentially size in half?
Depending on the account rules and the drawdown, I'm pretty much using my drawdown to hit the target.
Yeah.
And it's about saving time. And what I found is that it's that gamble of, well, if it takes a few extra times, I might be spending more than just buying a straight and fund it that way. But if I really like the account rules, like say I want the daily payout account or I want whatever it is, then sometimes we have to go through the eval stage. And I don't like evals. I like instant fundits. Like I like my favorite instant fundits have been the top one futures for a while because of the amount you can get from having 5 50K accounts. You get a big payout, one payout. So I like the idea of that. It makes sense to me. But for the better rules normally come from the evals. If you want bigger consistency or daily payouts. So I just use my trader map to use my exact same trades to hit those goals.
Right.
If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, totally. For
And
sure.
what I find this is a good question for you. I'm like, what I would say if you weren't here, I'd be like, well, the prop firms have already figured all this out. They know like what is going to be break even. Like if I had a 50-50 strat and I was using game theory, my method or my mind would guess that's about break even because the problems have to watch out for themselves. So they make all the rules so it's about break even. And then on top of that, you have to add some sort of edge over the long term. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, 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 for sure. So, I mean, I think you going for the two things that you said there. One, the 550Ks, I feel like 50Ks are a really good ratio. 150K, especially like with profit targets and that kind of thing. Yeah, it's big and you have to use like decent size. So 50Ks is a great, especially if you stack them, still good, very good payout. And then, so you said too, you factor in how much time it takes on evals, and you look at that as money lost. Is that right?
Essentially, yeah, like I just don't want to take that much time because I only get so many A plus trades in a week, you know? So if I'm then spending the time in eval, I have to consider that. So I prefer to cycle them quicker, to pass them quicker, but that's only since I've been consistent. Before, it would just lead to me getting a really bad win rate. I've bought 20 accounts and literally passed like one of them before.
Right.
I've
Yeah.
done that.
Yeah.
You know, because I end up just YOLOing them, and I'm like, oh, it's a cheap account. I'm just gonna send it, or try to make up. Oh, I just lost the trade. Well, let's just see if we can make it back real quick and jump back in, and
Right.
that would lead to me getting a much worse win rate. So that's kind of what I talk about. Like the prop firms have to like watch out for themselves, and like the rules at the end of the day are probably close to break even if you were just using the game theory of the prop firm rules. Otherwise, prop firms would go out of business.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but then the flip side of that, if you want to, I think it's important too, as a trader too, because like we're not going anywhere, but things always change. And the reason you're doing this is to learn how to trade, right? It's not how to trade the prop firm game. So this is why when Damco, he's talking about going live, eventually taking a loss and losing the account. So many traders try to take prop firm, how to trade prop firms over to live and do more, so like the thing is, the goal is, who knows, you might sell a house or make some money and have a big an opportunity to trade your own capital and say, hey, you've been trading prop firms for 6 years and you are excellent at the prop game, but if you got 100K in a live trading account, you wouldn't be able, a lot of people wouldn't be able to trade it because they're just used to trading the game theory and like you said, so I think it's important to like, for example, Austin, he's the longest person that was in one of our live accounts, so like he yeah, it's crazy. He's taking payouts daily for like 3 months.
Didn't he have like 30 payouts or more or something like that?
But dude, like 60.
60.
Yeah, but there's smaller payouts, but it was like day after day after day, $200, $300. And so he was trading that the same way you would a live account. So that's the thing, so like he knows he can do that. So it's one thing to be able to take tons of payouts from playing the prop game, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, ultimately when you want to trade your own money and make your own rules. And so I think it's important for traders that in mind too. Sorry, not to go on a big
No. I like this tangent because what it leads me to is that if you can do both, if you can build a real edge in trading, and that's why I trade live accounts. I actually copy from my live account to my prop account. That's like what grounds me. That's like my control. It's not a lot of money. I put $1,000 in it to start with, and it keeps me grounded. Like, is this real trading or not? Because I think the biggest edge then comes from compounding those two edges. Prop firms give us crazy leverage that you cannot really get in a normal account for the payout ratio. It's about a 10-to-1 in a lot of accounts. So that's the way I think about it a lot, to keep it simple in my mind. So if you can leverage the prop firms plus your edge, then there's no reason to not trade prop firms. I think if you're only doing one or the other, like you could be a good live trader but not a good prop firm trader, or you could somehow be really good at trading the prop firm game and find a way to be, maybe you're always chasing the biggest sales and only buying accounts when they go below a certain price, and you're really game theorying it out. Well, maybe you could be profitable, but when you combine the two, prop firms are a huge opportunity right now.
Right. Yeah. So
that's my goal, to combine the two. Like I want to trade the rules of the prop firm and I want to trade the rules of trading.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, also too, it's like an inverse thing because if you're trying to learn how to trade before prop firms, dude, it took a lot longer. Generally, I can just speak to my own mistakes because like there was no rule, there was no framework to trade in, there was no consistency. You could YOLO an account and just get after it. You wouldn't be penalized. You can still take a payout because it's your own money, but that never lasts. So having a drawdown, max loss limit, daily loss limit, profit targets, these are all things that you can and should put into your rules, your trade management. there's psychology and all those things, you know what I mean?
And prop firms like kind of reward us more short term, right? It could go both ways. Like when I was just grinding and trying to trade like normal, but not really maxing with the prop firm rules, I would be at like break even for a while. Like I would have a prop account, like some of these accounts I just got to pay out finally, I've had for 4 months. And it's like in my mind, I'm like, well, prop firms would like me to trade my account forever because I'm not taking payouts in a way. And then one bad day and I blow all my accounts and I start over again. But so it's like that sweet middle ground where I started to adjust my sizing a little bit, and then I got those accounts to pay out right away. Like,
Right.
looking at the prop firm rules, do you ever look at a prop firm and see their rules and you're like, oh, that's not going to be sustainable? Like, do new prop firms try to bring people in, and then you see, and then you're not surprised when they go down?
Yeah,
That
like
people don't get their payouts.
yeah, new account types. I mean, new prop firms are starting all the time. You know what I mean? So, and you see they'll have super easy rules maybe to like get more, you know, market share or attention or whatever, which makes sense. But like, it's a risky game because like then of course that's gonna catch up where they won't be able to make payouts. You know what I mean? So like, what's great about the prop space now is that there are super consistent rule types and firms, which I think top one is one of them. So you can trust that you're going to get the payout. Like, you can't before we make changes to an account, it takes us a lot of time to try to get as much data as possible to say, hey, is this sustainable or not? It takes some time, right? So now when you see, I'll just sum it up, like if you see an account or something like that that's too good to be true, it probably is. That doesn't mean you might not get a payout, at the start for sure, but something's gonna go down down the road. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I've seen it over and over again now, just in a few years of being in the space.
Yeah.
With prop.
Yeah. Sure, dude, you've been around since the start.
For a couple of years, yeah, I did well. I've been now trading props for I think about 2 years now.
When did you start trading?
9 years in 2017.
Right. Okay. So that was three.
I heard about props at times, but I'd never even thought about it
Right.
before then. I had a
Yeah.
friend. I met a guy